All right, Texas coming into this game 4-2. The Kansas Jayhawks coming in 0-2. Texas coming off of the loss to Oklahoma. Big loss. Definitely a game that we always want to see them win. Unfortunately, that did not happen, but we kept the game close. We, losing by one score. There were some positives, I guess, to be taken out of this game. Roschon Johnson is now our leading rusher. So for a guy that's a converted quarterback, that's huge. That's just huge. Let's take a look at some of the stats. First of all, the Jayhawks, they put up some really good numbers against OU. They scored over 20 points against OU, so... this is a team that, we can't take lightly. From here on out, we can't take anybody lightly. So, Texas, some stats. Sam Ehlinger, 146 of 212 for 1,658 yards passing at 69.2%, averaging 7.9 a throw. Roschon Johnson, just mentioned him, 63 rushes for 363 yards, 5.8 per carry with 2 touchdowns. Ingram at running back, 68 attempts for 322 yards, 4.7 on the ground. So Roschon Johnson, not only the leading rusher right now, but he has more yards per carry. Ingram, 3 touchdowns. Duvernay, 53 receptions for 517 yards, averaging 9.8 a catch, 4 touchdowns. Brennan Eagles, this is a guy that needs to get into the mix a whole lot more. Definitely has the capability. 13 receptions, 291 yards, averaging 22.4 per catch with 4 touchdowns. We need to get him into the mix a little bit more. He needs to get himself into the mix a little bit more. I want to see him get open with some more intermediate routes. Calvin Johnson, just coming back off of injury in the game against OU. 13 receptions so far this year, 190 yards, 14.6 per catch, only 1 touchdown. He's got to get into the mix too. Number 1 receiver. He's supposed to be Devin Duvernay, tearing it up so far this year. Our number 1 receiver. Roschon Johnson, 14 receptions for 109 yards, averaging 7.8 a catch with 1 touchdown. So that's what he's doing, on the receiving end. Our defense, taking a couple looks at some guys. Let's see. Joseph Osai, 2 sacks, 2 interceptions. Mitchell with 2 sacks. Overall, the team has 10 sacks and 10 interceptions. So, looking at Kansas now, their quarterback, Stanley. Let's see, 102 for 157 thrown, 1,175 yards at 65%, 12 touchdown passes. 33 rush attempts for 28 yards. So this is somebody we don't have to worry about on the ground. However, their running backs definitely have some ability. Williams Jr., 90 rushes for 445 yards, averaging 4.9 per carry with a touchdown. Hebert at running back, 43 attempts for 384 yards, averaging 8.9 per carry. We need to shut this guy down, shut the run game down. That's definitely an area that they like to go to. 2 touchdowns for Hebert, probably Hebert. It's probably French. Let's see here, wide receiver. Parchment, 33 receptions for 422 yards, averaging 13.2 a catch with 4 touchdowns. So we need to shut down Parchment. Robinson Jr., 17 receptions, 269 yards, averaging 15.8 a catch with 2 touchdowns. Charlotte at wide receiver, 15 receptions for 173 yards, averaging 11.5 with 2 touchdowns. So they have a good mix of run and pass, as we can see here. Their running backs definitely gaining some yards on the ground. Receivers coming up with some intermediate to big catches. So we need to guard all the way around. Jones, their kicker, from 20 to 39 yards out, he's 4 for 4. From 40 and beyond, he's 0 for 2. Barilla, their other kicker, one attempt, 40 to 49 yards. He missed that field goal. Looking at their defense, Kamara, 3.5 sacks. And Moragni, 2.5 sacks. So those are two guys on defense that wreak a little bit of havoc. Overall team stats for sacks, they have 12 with 3 interceptions. So this is a team that's kind of iffy. You never know what they're going to do. They're going to try to run the ball. They're going to try to attack our ailing defense, no doubt. So they have nothing to lose here. Their quarterback, I do think that if we run zone blitz from time to time, that we can get to that guy in the backfield and possibly get some sacks in this game. Doesn't look like a guy that runs the ball very much. So I think we'll be all right there. As far as him scrambling, I don't think that that's something that we specifically need to worry about. We got to contain the ground game, get to those running backs, get them down and take them out on some third down plays, all the third and shorts. And we need to back off of the zone blitz on these third downs that are, intermediate to 10 yards and beyond. We need to get our safeties back. So this is a game that we can win. There's no doubt about that. Our defense is hurting. But we should be able to beat this team no problem. And I'm just kind of concerned with how we're going to come out and play. If we're going to be, having a letdown attitude after the loss to OU, or are we going to come out firing on all cylinders? So it just kind of it's a wait and see kind of thing. So, but I look for us to come out and play good. So. Brennan Eagles, Colin Johnson, two guys that I want to see get after it in the receiving game. So, all right, if you like this video, please share it as always. Subscribe by clicking on that bell to the right to be notified of all my pre- and post-game videos. And as always, hook 'em horns. Let's have a good game against the Jayhawks.